Welcome to MetaYeda with your host, Dr. Elhanan Gazit, your ultimate destination for leaders and creators. Here, we share some of the best metaverse, gaming, and digital innovation news, stories, and insights. Think fast, level up smart. Game on.
All right, get ready, because today we're going to take a deep dive into the world of esports and AI.
I'm ready.
We've got this exclusive look at a chapter from Dr. Elhanan Gazit's new book, Plus the Gaming Generation.
Yeah.
It's not even out yet, 2025, I think it is.
Yeah, really interesting stuff.
And I just, I can't wait to read the rest of it.
Oh, it's going to be a good
I know, it's going to be fascinating.
Yes, it is.
But, Dr. Gazit is a leading expert in gaming and the metaverse and digital innovation.
Yeah, he's great.
And his motto is, think fast, level up smart, which I think is so appropriate.
Absolutely love that.
Yeah, it's a great motto.
It is.
So, this chapter really gets into this fascinating area of esports and the Olympics and AI.
Yeah, the intersection of all of them.
I know, right?
Yeah.
It's really interesting.
It is.
And, what's interesting is that this chapter was actually inspired by Reid Hoffman's book, Impromptu.
Yeah.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Okay, now that's really cool because I loved that book.
Me too.
Hoffman's work with GPT-4 was just mind-blowing.
Yeah, it really showed what's possible with AI.
I know, it's just amazing.
It is.
What's the connection here?
So it's all about how AI can be this, partner in thinking and creating, right?
Right.
And Dr. Gazit took that concept and applied it to esports, specifically the upcoming 2028 Olympics in LA.
Okay, I am super intrigued right now.
I knew you would be.
The Olympics, esports, and AI. This is going to be good.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
So this chapter really captures what everyone's talking about, especially after the 2024 gaming convention.
Oh, yeah. It's crazy.
All that excitement about esports being showcased there.
Even Yael Arod was there championing it.
Oh, yeah. Israel's first Olympic medalist. That was huge.
Always.
It felt like a real turning point for how everyone sees esports now.
Definitely.
Okay, so tell me, how does AI actually fit into Dr. Gazit's vision for these 2028 Olympics?
Okay, so he imagines this team of 4 Israeli esports athletes, 2 men and 2 women, competing on the world stage, right? And to explore this idea, really dive deep, he decided to have a conversation with Chat4.
Wait, Chat4, like the AI from OpenAI?
Yeah, almost like Hoffman did in Impromptu.
A conversation with an AI? That's a whole other level of deep dive.
Right. Pretty cool.
Okay, I'm all in. What did he ask?
Well, he started simple.
Okay.
Asked Chat4 to just create an image, this Olympic esports team competing in a grand stadium.
Okay. So he was trying to visualize this historic moment.
Yeah, exactly.
Did it work? What happened?
So the AI-generated images, no problem.
Okay.
But here's the thing.
Oh.
The female athletes, they weren't really represented accurately,
Oh, wow.
It was like the AI couldn't grasp the concept of women as competitive esports athletes, on the same level as their male counterparts.
That's, I don't know, kind of unsettling, right?
Yeah, a little bit.
It's like the AI had this blind spot when it came to women in esports.
It did, and Dr. Gazit described it as feeling trapped in this matrix.
The Matrix?
Yeah, that resisted showing women in this really competitive light.
That's fascinating. And I bet it was really frustrating for him.
Oh, incredibly, especially because he's such a huge advocate for women in esports.
So did he give up at that point? Or was he like, I'm going to teach this AI a thing or two?
Oh, he definitely did not give up.
Okay, good.
This whole experience was like a catalyst for the entire chapter,
Yeah.
He realized that this, seemingly small issue with the AI and the female athletes, it was actually the symptom of a much bigger problem.
Okay, I'm listening.
Inherent bias baked right into the AI algorithms.
Whoa, okay, so this wasn't just about a single image.
No, not at all.
It was about this, fundamental flaw in how AI is being trained and developed.
Exactly. It's crazy how these unconscious biases can just creep into technology.
I know, even something as objective as an AI image generator.
Right. You wouldn't think that would happen.
This is heavy stuff.
It is.
So what did he do? I mean, he couldn't just let this slide.
Oh, he didn't.
Good.
He knew how important it was to report this whole bias thing to the developers. Yeah. That's a crucial step to creating this more inclusive future for AI.
Right.
But he also went deeper, trying to understand, the root causes of this bias.
Okay.
And he came up with some solutions.
Okay, let's talk solutions, because this feels like the make or break point, right?
Yeah, totally.
I mean, if we can't even get AI to visualize women in esports accurately,
Yeah.
how are we going to trust it to help create a more equitable playing field? You know what I mean?
But that's the million-dollar question, and that's what Dr. Gazit really tackles head-on in this chapter.
I'm on the edge of my seat. Tell me more.
Okay, so first, he goes deep into the whole data set issue, right?
The data used to train the AI algorithms.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He's like, if these data sets aren't diverse, if they're not representative,
Yeah.
the AI is going to be biased no way around.
Garbage in, garbage out, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
So one of his solutions is to improve these data sets.
Okay.
Make them diverse, make them representative.
So that means including all kinds of athletes.
Yeah.
Including women from all backgrounds, all skill levels.
Right, exactly.
It makes sense. But is data really the only problem?
Well, that's just part of it.
Okay.
You could have the most diverse data set ever.
Yeah.
But if the people developing those AI algorithms,
Yeah.
if they're not aware of their own biases,
Right.
the problem is going to keep happening.
You're totally right. It's not just about the tech itself. It's about the people behind it.
Exactly.
Their awareness, their intentions.
That's what matters.
Okay, I'm getting it.
Yeah.
So Dr. Gazit addresses this too.
He does. He talks about educating those AI developers about ethical responsibility and creating inclusive technology.
The bigger picture thing.
It is. And he doesn't stop there.
Okay, give me more.
He's got more solutions that go way beyond just the technical stuff.
Okay, I'm listening.
So he emphasizes like promoting more balanced representation of women in esports media.
Showcasing their skills, their achievements.
Exactly, instead of all those stereotypes.
I mean, if we can change how women in esports are shown, how they're perceived,
Yeah.
that could have this like ripple effect
Totally.
on everything, from funding to fan support.
It's all connected.
It's about changing the narrative, right?
Exactly. And he's also big on creating positive content.
Okay.
You know, highlighting women in leadership roles within the gaming industry.
Visibility is key, right?
Absolutely.
If young girls can see women leading and succeeding in esports,
Yeah.
that could inspire a whole new generation of female gamers and professionals.
It really could.
Yeah, that's powerful.
It is. And finally.
Finally, he talks about policies.
Okay.
Like actual gender equality policies in organizations,
Okay.
pushing for equal opportunities for women in all aspects of esports.
So we're talking fair compensation, safe and inclusive work environments. It's all part of it.
It sounds like a multi-pronged approach.
Yeah.
Tackling this from all sides.
It is.
Dr. Gazit really gets how complex this problem is,
He does.
and he's not shying away from it. I love that. This
Yeah.
chat 4 conversation, those proposed solutions,
Yeah.
that's just the tip of the iceberg, right?
It is. There's more.
Because he also explores this broader issue of gender bias
Oh, yeah.
in AI and sport as a whole.
It's a big one.
Okay, now we're talking. This is the kind of deep dive I signed up for.
I knew you'd like it.
Okay, hit me with some key insights from his research.
Okay, so one of the biggest things he says is that AI, it often reflects and amplifies existing societal biases.
Especially when it's trained on incomplete or biased data, right?
Exactly. It's this self-perpetuating cycle.
It's tough to break.
It is.
It's like AI is holding up this mirror to our own biases.
Yeah.
And what we see is not always pretty.
Sometimes it's downright ugly.
Right, and that's why we need to be so critical of the information we consume
Yeah.
and the technologies we develop.
Definitely.
We need to be asking tough questions.
Like, where's the data coming from?
Yeah.
Who's developing these algorithms?
Right, and what biases might be baked in.
It's all about awareness.
It sounds like Dr. Gazit is calling for this more conscious, ethical approach to AI,
He is.
especially when it comes to gender equality.
Absolutely.
And he also makes this really important point about representation,
yeah.
that it matters because it directly impacts resources,
Yeah.
opportunities,
Definitely.
societal perception.
All of it.
You know, if women are constantly being sidelined or underrepresented,
Right.
it just reinforces this idea that they don't belong in those spaces.
Exactly. And that can have a ripple effect across generations.
I know, discouraging girls and women from pursuing their passion
Yeah.
and reaching their full potential.
It's a vicious cycle.
Is a vicious cycle.
And to break it, Dr. DeGesit believes we need a collective effort
Okay.
from individuals, organizations, communities.
It's not a quick fix.
It's not.
But it's a fight worth fighting.
Absolutely. And Dr. Gazet's work is a crucial part of that fight.
Wow, this has been so much information already.
I know, right?
And we've only just scratched the surface.
There's so much more to unpack.
I'm excited to keep digging in.
Me too.
There's so much more to uncover in this chapter.
Absolutely.
Especially when it comes to the specific ways AI can be used to create this more inclusive and equitable future for esports.
It's going to be good.
I know, I can't wait.
So we talked about the challenges with AI and gender bias, but what about the potential, the good stuff?
Right. Can AI actually help create a more inclusive and equitable esports world?
Dr. Gazit believes it can.
Okay.
He sees it as this powerful tool for breaking down barriers, opening up opportunities.
That sounds promising, but how?
Well, for one, AI can help us spot and mitigate bias in things like talent ID and recruitment.
You mean instead of relying on human judgment?
Which we know can be flawed.
Yeah.
We could use AI to assess skills and potential.
More objectively.
Exactly. AI algorithms can analyze all that gameplay data, see patterns, predict performance.
And it wouldn't be swayed by gender, race, all those things that shouldn't matter?
Yeah. Right. It could level the playing field, giving those talented individuals who might have been overlooked a real shot.
It's pretty amazing. Everyone deserves a fair chance.
And that's not all AI can do.
There's more. Okay, I'm listening.
Think about personalized training programs tailored to each player's strengths and weaknesses.
So like AI-powered coaches.
Exactly. No more one-size-fits-all approach.
This could be huge for female athletes who haven't always had access to the same level of support.
Absolutely. It could change everything.
I'm starting to see how AI could be a game changer, for real this time.
It could revolutionize how we train, how we compete, everything.
And what about the gaming experience itself? For everyone?
AI can make it more engaging, more inclusive.
Okay, how so?
Think adaptive game mechanics.
Mechanics?
Yeah, the way the game works, adjusting the difficulty based on the player's skill.
So no more getting crushed or just breezing through on easy mode.
Exactly. Everyone gets challenged but not overwhelmed. It's that sweet spot.
That makes a lot of sense. Everyone having fun, that's the point of games.
And AI can go even further, personalizing storylines, characters.
Also, players can actually see themselves reflected in the games they play.
Yeah, fostering that sense of belonging, being part of something.
That's crucial, especially for women and marginalized groups.
Absolutely, feeling welcome, feeling seen. It's huge.
What about online harassment? Can AI help with that?
It's a big problem.
It is. Gaming communities can be tough sometimes.
Yeah, but AI can help there too.
Okay, how?
AI-powered moderation tools, they can spot and deal with toxic behavior.
So create a safer, more welcoming online space.
Exactly, especially for those who are often targeted.
That would be huge, a relief for so many gamers.
Right, feeling safe to just enjoy the game.
This all sounds great in theory, but are there any downsides, potential risks with AI?
It's important to consider both sides, the benefits and the risks.
Okay, so what worries Dr. Gazit?
His biggest concern is that bias could sneak into those AI algorithms, even with the best intentions.
We saw that with the image of the female athletes.
Yeah, so how do we prevent that on a larger scale?
That's a big question.
Dr. Gazit says we need diverse data sets representing everyone.
So the AI learns from a more balanced perspective.
Exactly. Garbage in, garbage out, remember?
I do.
We also need to constantly check those AI systems.
Audits, evaluations, that kind of thing.
To make sure they're not perpetuating bias.
So transparency and accountability from the developers.
Absolutely. It's an ongoing process.
And what about human oversight? Can't we just let the AI run wild?
Definitely not. AI is powerful, but it's not magic.
Right. It needs guidance. It needs ethics.
Human experts need to be involved in every step, ensuring it aligns with our values.
It can't just be a free-for-all with AI making all the decisions.
Definitely not. Human judgment is still crucial.
Another concern could be that AI exacerbates existing inequalities, right?
You're thinking about access.
Yeah, if only those with resources can access AI training and tools.
It could widen the gap, you're right.
Yeah. So it's not just about developing the technology. It's about making sure it's available to everyone.
Exactly. Dr. Gazit is a big advocate for equitable access to AI education and resources.
So everyone has the opportunity to benefit, not just a select few.
That's the goal, a level playing field for everyone.
I love that idea. Technology shouldn't create more divides.
And lastly, Dr. Gazit emphasizes the need for constant dialogue and collaboration.
Between who?
AI experts, esports professionals, the whole gaming community.
So everyone working together.
Yeah, to make sure AI is developed and used responsibly.
Aligning with our values, our goals for a more inclusive esports landscape. It sounds like a lot of work.
It is, but it's worth it.
Dr. Gazit seems optimistic, though.
He is. He believes we can get this right.
Create a future where AI makes esports a more welcoming and inclusive space for everyone.
He's got that infectious optimism.
It's contagious. I'm starting to feel it too. We're on the cusp of something big, a new era for esports.
Where technology can break down barriers and create opportunities for everyone.
But this is just the beginning, right?
Absolutely. AI is evolving so fast, who knows what the future holds?
Okay, so what does all this mean for us, for gamers like you and me?
The biggest takeaway is that AI has the potential for good, real good, in esports.
Good.
Breaking down barriers, creating more equity, making gaming more enjoyable for everyone.
But it's not a utopia, right?
No, we have to be actively involved shaping how AI is used.
So we have to be mindful of those risks, that bias creeping in, the access issues.
We have to address those proactively, be vigilant.
And make sure AI is used responsibly for everyone's benefit.
Exactly, not just for the privileged few.
These conversations are important. We need to be having them now.
Definitely. Before AI is even more embedded in esports.
We need ethical guidelines, frameworks.
It's a critical moment. We have the opportunity to get this right.
And ensure that AI in esports reflects our values, equality, inclusivity, fair play.
Think fast, level up smart, right?
Exactly. It's about being innovative and responsible.
Thinking critically, acting thoughtfully.
Working together to create a future where technology empowers everyone.
Everyone. And Dr. Gazit believes we all have a role to play.
Not just the developers and policymakers.
Gamers, fans, the whole community, we all have a voice.
Okay, so what can we do as individuals to make sure AI is used for good in esports?
Well, first, we need to learn about AI, how it can impact esports.
Makes sense.
Dr. Gazet actually has a podcast called Gaming in Mind.
Okay.
It explores all these topics. He even has Spotify playlists about it.
Really? Okay, I'm adding that to my list. Anything else we can do?
Support organizations working to promote diversity and inclusion in esports.
There are groups out there doing that.
Oh, yeah, tons. And they need our help.
So donate, volunteer, spread the word.
Exactly. Every little bit counts.
And we can use our voices too, right?
Advocate for responsible AI development and use.
Call out bias, discrimination, hold those developers and policymakers accountable.
Absolutely. Speak up, make your voice heard.
And what about within our own gaming communities?
We can be more inclusive ourselves.
Welcome new players. Be supportive. Create a positive environment.
Fostering that culture of inclusivity from the ground up.
It's about respect, online and offline.
Creating spaces where everyone feels welcome, empowered to participate, no matter who they are.
Even small actions can make a difference, right?
Absolutely. Every step towards a more equitable and inclusive future for esports matters.
So educate ourselves, support organizations, advocate for change, be inclusive in our own communities.
We all have a part to play. It's a collective effort.
It's inspiring to know we can make a difference.
It is. We can shape a better future for esports, where technology empowers everyone.
It's bigger than just the games themselves.
It's about the community, the culture, the values we uphold.
Dr. Gazit really captures that vision.
He does. He sees the potential for AI to create a more just world.
Not just in esports, but beyond.
Exactly. It's a powerful vision.
This conversation has been eye-opening.
I'm glad.
AI can truly transform esports, for better or worse.
And it's up to us to make sure it's for the better.
We need that awareness, that engagement, that commitment to ethical AI.
We can't just sit back and let it happen. We have to be active participants.
Well, I think we've covered a lot today.
We have. This deep dive into AI and esports has been intense.
But we've only scratched the surface.
There's always more to explore, especially with AI evolving so quickly.
Dr. Gazit's work is a great starting point, though.
It is. It gives us a framework for thinking critically about these issues and taking action.
I'm feeling inspired.
Me too. The future of esports is in our hands.
You know, it's interesting to think about AI and promoting gender equality in esports.
Yeah, it seems kind of counterintuitive, right?
I mean, AI is often seen as this, cold, impartial force.
True, but it can also perpetuate biases if we're not careful.
Like we talked about before.
Yeah, Dr. Gazit really emphasizes that.
But he also says AI has the potential to be a powerful tool for change.
He does, and I think that's what makes this chapter so interesting.
So how can AI actually be used to address gender bias in esports specifically?
Okay, so we talked about data sets, ethical development.
Right.
But what about those practical applications?
Yeah, that's what I'm curious about. How can we see this in action?
Well, AI can help us analyze and spot patterns of bias that we might not even notice.
Okay.
Like in gameplay data, tournament structures, even media coverage.
It's like uncovering those hidden biases, the ones we're not even aware of.
Exactly. AI can shine a light on them.
I can see how that would be so valuable, just understanding the scope of the problem.
It's a first step, right?
Okay, so for example, AI could analyze commentary
Yeah,
and pick up on gendered language, stereotypes.
absolutely. Or track the representation of women in tournaments,
Okay,
highlighting those disparities.
and then use that data to push for more equity, more opportunities.
Exactly. Data can be a powerful tool for change.
It's about backing up those claims with hard evidence.
It is. And Dr. Gazit suggests AI can also create tools and resources specifically for gender equality in esports.
Solutions. Now we're talking, I want to hear more about this.
Okay, so think about personalized training programs for women,
Okay.
tailored to their needs, their challenges.
That would be amazing because everyone learns differently.
Exactly. These programs could consider play style, learning preferences, even access to resources.
It's about leveling the playing field, making sure talent and hard work determine success, not gender.
That's the goal.
What about mentorship programs? Could AI help with that?
Dr. Gazit thinks so.
Okay, how?
AI could connect aspiring female athletes with those experienced pros,
Okay.
providing guidance, support, networking.
Mentorship is so important, especially in a male-dominated field like esports.
It can make all the difference.
Having those role models, that support system.
It's crucial, and AI could help facilitate those connections.
This is fascinating stuff. What else does Dr. Gazette suggest?
He talks about creating platforms that showcase women's achievements in esports.
Giving them more visibility.
Exactly, highlighting their skills, their stories, their wins.
That's all about representation, right?
It is. If we can make women in esports more visible,
Yeah.
celebrate their successes,
It changes perceptions.
inspires more women to get involved.
It's about showing the world that women belong in esports.
And they're crushing it.
Creating a culture where they're seen, heard, valued.
That's the future we want.
I'm really excited about the possibilities here.
Me too. It's inspiring to see how technology can be used for good.
But AI is just a tool, right?
It is, and we're the ones who decide how to use it.
We have to use it responsibly, ethically.
Thinking about those potential pitfalls, making sure AI is developed with fairness and equity in mind.
We need to be in control, guiding its development.
Absolutely, ensuring it aligns with our values and goals.
It's a big responsibility.
It is, but it's one we can't shy away from.
This has been such an insightful conversation. I've learned so much about the potential of AI for positive change.
Me too. It's given me a lot to think about.
And I think it's a great note to wrap up our deep dive on.
Dr. Gazit's work?
Ready to explore more about the gamer's mindset? Check out our official book playlist and our esports playlist on Spotify.
They're full of insights from Dr. Gazit.
Think fast, level up smart. That's our deep dive for today.
Thanks for listening.